Hello, trailer. Yeah, internet cut out. It was only for a minute. The internet only cut out for a minute, but I guess that was long enough. Hey, Jenna. Hey, Brayden. Worse than one bedtime story. Still traumatized by that one, huh, trailer? Hey, Leon. Hey, Comic Brook. Hey, Jordan. Yeah, the my internet went down. It was only for a minute. The internet was only down for a minute, but apparently that was enough that I couldn't reconnect properly to the stream. I mean, it wasn't like I did it intentionally. It's not something I had any control over. Discord? Never been on Discord. Hi, Mons. Oh, I miss my Tim Tim. I never really used it. I just talk to people like Skype because Skype sucks now. Didn't Skype always suck? Their Discord server? I think there is, Brayden. I am not involved in it. I think someone made one. Not entirely sure. Hey, Pebbles. Oh. Good night, alien tourist. Um, I am really hoping I can get a Blue Sky invitation. Problem is, like, I don't know anyone. Hey, Colorado Milk. Yeah, in order to get like a Blue Sky invitation, I would need to know somebody who's on Blue Sky. What's Blue Sky? It is a competitor to Twitter. It is a competitor to Twitter, but it's in order to get on there, you need an invitation. And in order to get an invitation, you need to know somebody who's on there already. So I think at this point, what I kind of need is to hope I get lucky with, that someone I follow on Twitter gives out some invitations, and I get lucky and manage to ask for one in time. Am I dressing up for Halloween? No. I'll be working Halloween anyway, Colorado Milk, so. Pharmacist at a hospital. Hi, you. My views on Florida's evening treatment of illegals. That it sucks. Hey, Contail Bunny. Yeah, Florida's gone all in on cruelty, just in general. The Republican Party as a whole, more and more is embracing cruelty as policy, with DeSantis being sort of a big, really pushing it harder even than most in order to get more attention. No, not deleted. It's just the stream is still there. The stream is there. It's just that my internet cut off briefly. Insurance companies are actually evil, indeed. You said it. I mean, unless I was being deleted. No, none of my lives have been deleted. Too much paperwork. Red tape is why I'm leaving my current job. Yeah. Longest and shortest stream I've did. Not sure about the shortest, probably like 15, 20 minutes. Longest, I don't remember. I think I did do one or two like 4 or 5 hour ones. really remember. I don't really track that sort of thing. Studied psych. As a kid, I kind of wanted to become a psychologist or psychiatrist. One or the other. I have no goals at the moment. Main goal I should come up with is find a goal. Depends on the job. Yeah, to be a librarian. Yes, to be called a librarian, you do need a master's degree or a bachelor's, either a bachelor's or a master's. Masters would be for like sort of the higher end library jobs for like management shit and stuff like and shit like that. And hey, Habibi. I want to be a librarian. Yeah, I mean it's so library technician is what I was applying for. Like the job I applied for is library, or the job that I studied for, I should say. The job I studied for is library technician, which is something a little bit different. Is it all females in library? Not all, but there's genuinely a lot. Like my library tech class, there was a couple dozen people, and the majority of them were like strong majority of them were women. I'm a testicle technician. I make sure it all works. Reading anything? I've read a little bit of Wizard of Earthsea. Read a little bit of it. I read the first 3 chapters of it. I've 3 chapters. I worked at the local library during high school. Cool. So yeah, I've read the first 3 chapters. Is it any good? Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, trying to think of how many guys were in my class. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it only 5 of us? Hey, Killface. Do I have a bookmark? I do. Yeah, there might have been like 5 guys in my class, 5 or 6 guys in my class, myself included. Maybe 6. There were 5 or 6 guys in my class in my library technician program in college, and like I don't know, maybe like 15 girls, 15 women. Burned any books I didn't like? No. I've never burned a book. Did you ever do? I mean, some of them did. I don't keep in touch with any of them. So I don't know how many of them were able to get library jobs, but yeah. Got supper with my mom. We went. My mom and I ate at Shoeless Joe's. I had ribs. They were okay. Not the best ribs I've ever had. Not the worst. Just okay. And there's a lot on streams. I don't know that I'd say a lot. I wear a bit for the ribs. I didn't, but I did eat them with a knife and fork. I just used my knife and fork to eat them. I didn't feel like getting my hands dirty. Like, it's one of those things that's like, you know what? I don't fucking care. They were sauced. They had barbecue sauce on them. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? I don't actually feel like getting my hands dirty. I'll just the knife and fork. Birthday Friday. Oh, nice. Happy birthday, Killface. Happy early birthday. I tear those bad boys up. Yeah, I mean ribs are good. Good ribs are great. I love good ribs. Mediocre ribs are whatever. Yeah. But good ribs are fantastic. Add me on Discord. I don't have Discord. Mediocre ribs. Get out. Can I get it? I don't want Discord. I don't want Discord. What do I want Discord for? Are you singing Enya, Jenna? Did you just sing Enya? Penis GIF, and trust me, it will forever sear into your brain. You're always singing Enya. I do like Only Time. It's not my favorite Enya song, but it is a good one. My favorite Enya songs are probably Sail Away and Paint the Sky with Stars. I am still using Twitter, more or less. When I'm sad and feeling shitty, I either listen to Enya or Kenny G's Christmas album. Indeed, Sail Away, Sail Away. Yep. tracks she did for Loader were heavenly. Yep. Yep, she is very good at what she does. My mom calls Enya angel music. I mean, it fits. That absolutely fits. There is definitely something heavenly about her voice. I'll pass, Jordan. I'll pass on Discord. I don't feel a need for Discord. I don't feel any desire for Discord. Did I forget the word angelic? No. Word is angelic. I mean that too. When I worked in the infant room at a daycare, I played Enya while they nap so calm. Yeah, I mean I didn't really like angelic neither angelic nor heavenly were really the words I wanted to use. Ethereal is the word I wanted to use, actually. There's like, it is very ethereal. Jinx, Jordan. You owe me a Coke. You pronounce it ethereal. And I just learned that it's wrong. I will say, I feel like one of her most underrated songs, I think probably her most underappreciated song, is probably "Paint the Sky with Stars," because it is a beautiful song. Hey, Sandra, it is just an absolutely gorgeous song. But it was on a best of album. Like it was a new track added to a best of album, which means that probably a lot of people probably didn't get it. So I suspect that song I suspect that song probably never really got the appreciation it deserved because it is so fucking pretty. Frasier. I used to watch Frasier. I liked Frasier back in the day. Frasier Sled. I mean, it was a good show. It was like it was. It's one of those shows that's like. I will say that it is. It is a '90s sitcom. There are elements of it that suffer a bit from being a '90s sitcom, but I think what I would say is it's a '90s sitcom that is a sort of bring it back. Yeah, supposed to be. What is Daria? Daria is a cartoon. Daria is a spin-off of Beavis and Butthead. I never actually watched Daria, despite the fact that I always liked whenever she showed up on Beavis and Butthead. Laugh track? It had a laugh track, yes. It did have a laugh track. YTV, oh yeah. Yeah, for Frasier actually was a spin-off. Frasier was a spin-off of Cheers. But Frasier was like it was a fairly standard sitcom dressed up with all sorts of smart cultural references. And like thesaurus words. Hey, ugly hobo. Find sitcoms insufferable. Yeah, fair. I just sit for hours and stare at the blank TV for hours. Fair. Play Clerks and Flash Mob, but she's singing in a weird coffee shop. I have not, Vanna. Flash mobs are a fun concept. Started Dahmer on Netflix. That press probably won't finish. Bill Maher's sexist comment towards Howard Stern's daughter on the news. I did not hear about that. I'm not surprised that Bill Maher would make a sexist comment. At the same time, like, I don't know that Howard Stern has a leg to stand on for that. Bill Maher's now old and out of touch. He kind of always was a little bit out of touch, actually, honestly. Saw a clip not long ago. Someone posted a clip on Twitter from 90s, from the 90s. There was a story like female teacher who was like in prison. She was having her second child with her 14-year-old student. Like, hey, Barbara. So yeah, this female teacher who had started a relationship with her student who was like 13 when they started. Yeah, she was having her second child with him when he was 14. That was her second child, which means that they'd already been together for at least a year. So there's at least 13 at the latest when they started dating. And he's sitting there defending this woman. He's sitting there he's sitting there thinking that it's no big deal. What do they call it? No idea, Killface. I don't know the details. Like I said, I don't know the details. But like, he seemed to think that it was no big deal. That a woman was, that a grown ass woman, an adult woman, was having sex with a fucking 14-year-old boy. It's the teacher's fault. I thought it was no big deal. Bill Maher. Bill Maher thought it was fine. Bill Maher thought it was totally okay. He saw nothing wrong with it at all. And not even, like, it wasn't even, like, he wasn't even doing the whole, oh, I wish my teacher had sex with me when I was 14. Like, it wasn't even that, like, that tired old fucking joke. He was legitimately defending her. So he's always been shitty. He's always been fucking awful. She went to prison for it, and then they got married when she got out. Yeah. And I mean, it's literally she was grooming him. Like, that is not a feel-good story. That was a fucked up story. Both are bad, but male teacher, female student was way worse. I mean, probably, but I mean, when I was a kid. Yeah. So Bill Maher's always been shitty. He's always just been a fucking asshole. And gross. Maybe her 7th grade student lied about his age. Yeah. Yeah, voice still cracking. I swear I'm 18. Can I do a good Bill Maher voice? No. I can't. Yeah, I mean, the student did nothing wrong. Like, the student absolutely did nothing wrong. It is entirely on the grown ass woman, not on the actual fucking child. And isn't he against student loan bill? Probably. I would not be at all surprised if Bill Maher did the whole other people had to pay it back. Is it fair that these people don't have to pay it? Someone's babysitter who raped an 11-year-old and had his baby and shit, and he had to raise a kid. Yeah, that's fucked up. That is fucked up. But anyway, yeah. So Bill Maher making a sexist comment about Howard Stern's daughter, not at all surprising. The shitty thing is Howard Stern has no leg to stand on for that. His entire career is based on misogynistic comments and activities, forcing women to fucking, making women have, masturbate on the air and shit like that. Like, it's, I don't know that Howard Stern gets to tisk anybody ever. On anything, frankly. His daughter should be allowed to kick Bill Maher right in the nuts. Not even necessarily for any comments he made about her, just in principle. Somebody has to be allowed to kick Bill Maher in the nuts. Wasn't the Playboy Hugh Hefner? Yep, he was. Hefner was definitely a predator. Stern always gave me the heebies. Honestly, the first I heard about Howard Stern, I found his autobiography at a garage sale. Like, that was like the first time I even heard of Howard Stern was I found his autobiography at a yard sale and happened to buy it for some reason. I guess because I was 13 and flipped it open and it started by talking about lesbians. So when you're fucking 13 and stupid and horny, ooh, lesbian story. Loved Private Parts. Still love that movie. I did watch the movie as well. Wait, the English show's on. I mean, I don't know if it was even available in Canada. Like, I don't know if his radio show was even in Canada. I sure as hell had never heard about it. and or any of his TV shows or anything like that. I never had a chance. I don't want to fucking listen to on the radio anyway. Who the fuck listens to the radio? Never in my life. Like the only time I ever listened to the radio, like I want to, if I'm listening to the radio, I want it to find like I'd prefer to have some music playing. I think water is overrated. No, I think water's fine. People who drive listen to it, but like if I even when driving, I would put on a music station. Like who listens to NPR that much? Is he as skeezy as I assume? So yeah, Howard Stern was gross. It's funny. Every once in a while, Howard Stern will be trending on Twitter for some political comments. Every so often, Howard Stern will trend for some political comment he makes, generally calling out the right wing. And conservatives will get on there and be like, basically call him a hypocrite because, like, all the shit hey, suspicious turtle, all the shit you did and you're trying to act like some moral bastion. And legitimately, it's one of the few times where I'm like, yeah, you've got a point. Like, conservatives calling out Howard Stern, it's one of the few times where I'll be like, you know what? You're justified. No, you absolutely feel free to call that dude out. Lauren Boebert branded a disgrace to the country by Howard Stern. But that's what I mean, man. Like, Howard Stern calling out Lauren Boebert for groping her boyfriend in public. And it's like, really, Howard? You want to go there, Howard? That's where you want to go, Howie? Really? Yeah? Shall we look at the shit you've put on the radio? So, like, when conservatives, so, like, he calls her a disgrace for that, and conservatives call him out, and it's like, I'm not taking the sides of conservatives, but I sure as hell ain't taking your side either, Howard. You shut the fuck up. Hey, TNT. Boebert and Beetlejuice. Yeah, Congresswoman Lauren Boebert went to Beetlejuice the musical. Stage production of Beetlejuice the musical. And we're sort of getting into it. Sure, putting a laser pointer on half-naked women for a panel of men to point out their imperfections made no impressions on me at all at the tender age of 11. Yep. TV analysis channel. Gave her man a handy. Yep. Favorite Howard Stern guest. Did any of them ever punch him? Or like call him out on his bullshit? Oh, Brandon, yeah. Crystal Clear of World's Oldest Gangbang fame was an epic guest. Hey, Kiki. Baby name suggestions for my friends, girl and boys. I don't know. Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Like, how many are we talking? How many kids are we talking here? Like the name James? Thanks, Jenna. Is it like she's having one kid and she's just not sure what gender it is yet? They're having one. They don't know the gender. Okay. Okay. Um, I don't know. I don't care. I'm not good at coming up with names. I mean, it's our kid. Final Fantasy. I do still want to do Final Fantasy Let's Plays comic book. I do still want to do that. Next, I've still got the Life is Strange Before the Storm remastered. It's playing tonight. I mean, I'll probably be getting off pretty soon. So yeah, like there's still Life is Strange Before the Storm remastered. After that, there's probably like a couple of like little games I'll probably do. After that, I might start on Final Fantasy. So after I do Before the Storm, I might start on Final Fantasy. Would I name my kid a combo character? I don't think I would. Truth be told. How did I pick my pet names? So my first cat, like the first cat that I named, Furball, came from Tiny Toon Adventures. Furball was the name of a character on Tiny Toon Adventures. So that's why I named my cat that. Timbit was named by Chantel because she saw the name in a newspaper. Audio Science. Trisha Paytas named her daughter Malibu Barbie. Ugh. Obnoxious. Next kid will be named Dumpster Behind Arby's. Kind of shoes are my favorite. I don't really think that much about shoes. I thought you named your daughter Apple. And I'm fine with Apple. Like, genuinely, I know people made fun of her for it. I honestly have no issue with her naming her kid Apple. It's not a normal name, but I've heard weirder. Like, I've heard weirder names, even from real people. I was named October, but they were born in November. Like, considering how fucking weird that Gwyneth Paltrow is, considering how fucking bonkers that lady is, how just fucking delusional she is, Apple, I'll take it. It could have been so much worse. Elon Musk and Grimace had a baby. Nice. They named it Techno. Yeah. Hi, Pika. Got pulled over today. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know, Kiki. I have no idea. I'm just disappointed in Grimes for going back to him. He should have stuck with. She should have. I mean, I assume they're back. I mean, if she's having a kid with him, if she's having another kid with him, then I assume that she's at least hooked back. She obviously at least hooked up with him. You know, if they're having another kid, then they at least had sex again. I don't know if they're like together, but you got a surrogate for the second one. Yeah. All right, well, I'm glad she didn't get back together with him then. Because fuck Elon Musk. Fuck that dude. Fucking douchebag. Anti-Semitic asshole. Who's worse, Trudeau or Musk? Musk. I don't like Trudeau, but Musk is definitely worse. Elon Musk. Elon Musk is anti-Semitic. Yeah. I will not TNT. I'll be working that day I'll be working that night anyway. Your first child, Nevada, died of SIDS. Yeah, and he like, I held her as she died of. I held my child as they died of SIDS. As they died. Yeah, like he told a story about holding his kid as they died, and was like, then the mother was like, I held the kid. Hey, Spring Gal. That's sad. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. Have hit 2 hours now, so I'm gonna get going for now. You still have so many thoughts. Well, save them for tomorrow, Jenna. Save all your remaining thoughts for tomorrow. What do I do with them? Write them down and then burn them. Am I going live tomorrow? I don't know what time, PK. At some point. I will be live at some point tomorrow. Thanks, Gillface. Sure, Jenna. You have bedtime story for me? Sure. Go ahead. Don't think super early. I mean, it probably won't be super early. I mean, it'd be like probably be like 8 o'clock or so. I'd imagine like probably no earlier than 8. Once there was an ugly barnacle that everyone died. Incredible. That is some Pulitzer Prize winning shit right there, Jenna. Anyway, thanks for coming, and see you all later. Good night, everybody.